Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Saglitch, aka Sag. I'm bringing you some Ground War Domination gameplay on the map Instinct, one of my favorite maps for domination. But anyway guys, it's been a while since I brought you guys some embarrassing stories. Well, not necessarily embarrassing, but just stories that happened throughout my life. So, figure I would bring you guys some more. And I was thinking back the other day, and I was watching something, and something just kind of connected to bring me back way back when I was younger, a little kid. And so these are stories when I was both 5. So anyway, let's start out with the first one. Alright, so you guys gotta have a little bit of a kind of like a loadout of my house when I was growing up. It's basically a small house, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and at the front door it led into a family room, and then connected to the family room to the right was the living room, and straight ahead connecting to the back porch was the kitchen, and all to the left side were the hallway to the bedrooms. And so when I was a little kid, I had a my parents were really good about putting me in bed at a decent time. Not sure exactly when my bedtime was, but if you guys know, I'm a '90s kid, meaning that I was actually a kid during the '90s, so I got to enjoy all the finer television way back when. So for you millennials, I'm sorry that you guys didn't get to observe all these great things growing up. But anyway, so I was told to go to bed by my mom. She tucked me in. You know, at the time I believe I had a single um, twin bed, and my mom tucked me in, and so I was told to go to sleep. Turn the light off, shut the door. Well, she goes back to the living room and starts watching TV, and as usual, she fell asleep watching TV while my dad was watching something with her. And so this was back when my dad was still smoking, and he went outside to smoke because he never smoked in the house. He was always good about when he did smoke to go away from everybody. But so he went out to the front porch and was smoking, and I think he was on the phone or something to where he was talking about something, and he woke me up. And when I was 5, I don't know much better. I was woken up, so I thought it was early morning or whatever. So I got out of bed and go to the living room, still see it's night out. So not really sure what I was thinking at the time, but I sat down in the family room where we had 2 recliners and a TV, and started watching Fox. I think it was like right around 10 or 11 o'clock at night when this was happening. And so, if you guys don't remember the TV show Tales from the Crypt, I'm sorry to say, but you guys need to catch up on some great TV. But yeah, no, I started watching Tales from the Crypt, and so I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, you guys know the theme song. It's like da na 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 na. But anyway, which kind of makes me want to watch some Tales from the Crypt right now. But getting back to the main story. Sorry, I'm getting off track. So my mom thinks my dad just starts watching, or my mom's asleep, and so she's not really thinking about anything, and she's still laying in bed, not fully awake, not wanting to go to bed. She's still on the couch, not fully wanting to go to bed, and she's hollering for my dad from the next room over to turn the TV down and to come turn the TV in the living room off. And me being the little kid I am, I'm like, oh, Dad's outside, but I didn't say anything. I wanted to keep watching this Tales from the Crypt. Because one, I thought it was cool, I was being up past bedtime. The other, I didn't want to get in trouble. So I continued to watch the TV and turn it down a little bit, and I guess my mom goes back to sleep for a couple minutes. Well, next thing I know, my mom woke up again, and she's still wondering why my dad's outside. And this was over like maybe a 3 to 5 minute period. And so my dad comes in from being outside. My mom's up, and so they both kind of look at each other because she's like, well, why didn't you do what I said? Turn the TV down. My dad's like, what are you talking about? I've been outside the entire time. And so they both look over to the recliner, and guess who's sitting in the recliner? This guy. And so I'm like, oh, hey, mommy. You know, I'm channeling my little kid voice, but she's like, what are you doing up? I told you to go to bed, you know. I'm like, I want to watch Tales from the Crypt. And mom's like, no. And guys, if you don't know anything about me, I love horror movies. Loved them since I was little. Don't know why, but even when I was 3, I saw Silver Bullet for the first time, and my mom told me that she was trying to cover my eyes, and I refused to have them covered, and I kept moving and trying to see the werewolf. So there's a love from horror even from the beginning. But my mom tells me to go to bed, which you know, I'm a little kid. I got mind my mommy, otherwise I'll get spanking. But that was one of the times I felt really cool. Watched a little bit of Tales from the Crypt, got a little grown-up TV in, so I was thinking I was really cool. But next story. Sorry, it kind of just died out, but yeah, I was a good kid when I was little, so I had to listen to mom and go back to bed. And the next story comes from a weekend. My parents, I believe, were off doing something in the afternoon or getting something for us, and they didn't want me to see anything. So they asked my grandparents to babysit me. And so they had my cousin, Stephanie, who's 7 at the time, and I was 5. And they were both babysitting us, and they took us in their car, and we went to the nearest town over and was looking at toys. Well, they also had my cousin Shannon, who at the time I believe was either 13 or 15, I can't remember which one, but she was actually the one babysitting us. She was just getting driven around by my grandparents. So we go in the toy store, and they show us all these toys. We're all excited, and we're like, yeah. And so, but on the way home, they saw that we were tired, and they told us to go to sleep, otherwise we would be cranky. And so both my dad and my grandfather, being from military backgrounds, you know, they expected us to listen, otherwise we'd get punished. And, you know, my grandfather, he died when I was super young. This is one of my times I actually remember him. He kept looking in the mirror while driving, and he would stick his tongue out at me, and it made me laugh, so I couldn't fall asleep, and I kept, you know, I was still excited from the toy store and all that. And so they told me, basically, if I don't go to sleep, that I won't be able to play games when I get home. And yes, guys, I was a gamer even back then. Sega Genesis is where I started at. But, so we get home, and, you know, being the grandparents that I had and me not listening, they told me I had to go to bed. And I was upset, but I was thinking that my cousin Shannon would get me off the hook. So I go into my house, which at the time when I was younger, my grandparents and my dad and my mom, my dad, and myself lived on the same property as my grandparents, but it was within like a 30-something acre lot. So we shared the acreage, but it was really, they were there so that my dad could help take care of things around the house and stuff for him. But anyway, I was thinking I was off the hook, and my cousins and I came to my house where I had everything set up, and my cousin Shannon, who was in charge, told me to go to bed, and I was like, yo, what the, you know, giving her like the little stink eye, because I was like, yeah, I thought I had it hooked up, you know? But no, she made me go to sleep, take a nap like I was supposed to, and I didn't earlier, so I had to. Well, I hear them turn on my Sega Genesis and put it onto the TV. I'm like, yo, whoa, no, this is mine. So I'm sitting there with a blanket over me in the bed, and I slither out of the bed and slowly make my way to the living room because I want to see what's going on. If I can't be part of it, I'm gonna damn try, you know. So I make my way all the way into the bedroom, or into the living room, excuse me. Start watching them. That's when my cousin saw me, and she put me back in bed. So this time I took the blanket again, thinking I was like, you know, it was like a Harry Potter moment where I thought that I had the invisibility cloak, and it would allow me to get there. So I'm like doing the worm, crawling inch by inch to the living room, and she stops me midway and it's like, oh, wonder where Seth is. And so she stops me again, and I was so close. I was like 15-minute period. I was so close to watching them again, and my cousin Stephanie saw, when Shannon asked that question, my cousin Stephanie saw and knocked on me. So thanks a lot if you're listening. I appreciate it. Anyway, guys, that's it for the stories. I hope you liked them. Leave a like if you did, comment if you want to subscribe if you haven't. Also, check out that kill streak.